was in the UK. I was working as a civil engineer and I was making highways for the transport of London. So I was going to highways, building them with my construction company. And I was having a random call with my friend on a Sunday. He did the same course from the same college, but in India. I studied from the University of Leeds in the UK. He studied from the Nagpur College in India. And his first salary was 15,000 rupees. Can you imagine? That got me thinking. It got me feeling bad that if I'm able to make about 3 lakh rupees a month for doing the same job, why is my friend who has done the same course is getting paid 15,000 rupees a month? It feels bad when people that you like, people that you spend time with are not on the same economic level as you. And then you start thinking, can I do something? Can I find something that addresses this gap of, economics? So over hundreds of thousands of years, world has changed a lot. 100,000 years ago, maybe humans were only concerned with, can I get a food in the evening and can I get shelter? But now we are creating robots and agents that can cook food for us. Between then and now, the society has thrown so many opportunities that we don't even realize. The society has given us the opportunity to use our cerebral system and build something. But how many of us actually do this? We are in Nagpur right now, and Nagpur is a tier 2 city. In a tier 2 city, you will not find colleges that are ranked among the top 100 colleges of India. So you know that the opportunity is not going to be given to you on a silver platter. Then that becomes the gap. That is where you can create the opportunity. I wonder, who was the first person who created the first IT job in Bangalore? Who was the first person that advocated for the fact that Pune can be the IT hub of Maharashtra? Somebody had that idea, right? So the only difference is that we did not have that idea earlier. We did not build those kind of colleges earlier than the fellow cities. In the late 1770s, when Mumbai was a group of 7 islands connected by water, some engineer thought, what if I fill all of these islands with land and concrete and make a land piece? So instead of being dysfunctional as a group of 7 different islands, Mumbai became the western port of India. And Mumbai became the city that has given so much economical benefits to India. But in how many years? Think about it. In about 250 years, you can see the Mumbai that you can see now. In 1776, the 4th of July, America got independent. So it took 250 years of independent democracy for America to become what they are today. Arguably, they are still facing issues, but those issues are different, right? So the idea that we want to share is India is just 77 years old as a democracy, and we are right there. We are just at number 3 and number 4. We keep on switching positions with France and the UK. Imagine after 250 years, what will be the story of India? But that story cannot be that way if people do not identify, harness, and act upon the opportunities that are available. So when you look at a tier 2 city of Nagpur, the per capita income is roughly around 25,000 rupees per person per month. Meaning a family of 4, if they have 4 earning members, they will need 1 lakh rupees per month to have a decent lifestyle. This is the average. But you and I both know that some people in Nagpur are worth more than 10,000 crores. Some people in Nagpur are making less than 10,000 rupees. So this economic gap is the generator of opportunities. Meaning, you should understand what that person did who's making 10,000 crores in his 20s. Do you ever imagine that? The founder of Haldiram, when he came to Nagpur, he had one bicycle and one instrument in which he was frying some Indian snacks. He identified the opportunity that the Nagpur people need Indian snacks of good taste. That one idea has now become a company that is more than 80,000 crore rupees. So this is what great people have done in their 20s, and this is what we are missing. So when I was identifying the gaps, I identified that civil engineers get paid very less. What is the reason behind it? Let's dive deep into that. If a builder purchases a land and builds a 5-story building, and they build a 5-story building, they are investing a lot of money. So naturally, they would want a lot of returns out of that investment project, right? But in the process, if they are not paying the civil engineers who are actually designing that building, that becomes unfair. That becomes unnecessary. I understand that you have invested 1 CR and you want to make 5 CR returns. But if the people who are working for you cannot make rent, cannot pay rent, you need to do something better. That's why I started a construction company just for a simple goal that I will create better jobs for civil engineers. Similar ideas like this are existing in the society. When you walk around the city and you see that there is no parking space available, maybe that can be an idea. When you walk around the city and you find that people are not aware about fitness, maybe that can be a business idea. I found a lady who's sending oilless, healthy meals delivered to your house 3 times a day at 20,000 rupees a month. 20,000 rupees a month, and I don't even have to buy a single ingredient and I will be healthy. Such a simple idea. So when connecting the dots becomes a theme, it is when you go through the society identifying these opportunities in your young age, because you have the ability to take risk. In 1997, when my dad was a journalist, he did not have the risk-taking ability that I have right now. Why? The economic status of Nagpur as a city or India as a country was relatively weaker. So the weakest society could not take high risk to step into the next strata. But now you have internet, you have more than 5 GPTs for you working for free, and you guys need to just talk to your GPTs about simple business ideas like, can I create 1000 IT jobs in Nagpur? Can I create 1000 better jobs for civil engineers in Nagpur? Can I create healthy food industry products in Nagpur? Can I create an exports business from Nagpur? These ideas and brainstorming with the right kind of books and the right kind of authors with the right use of internet is gonna take you to your idea which you are missing right now. When I founded my company, my age was 24. It took me 9 months to make my first sale, but it is relatively easier after 4 years, because when I was doing it, I was typing manually everything and I was trying to reach out clients. But right now, you do not even have to type your messages. That much technology has advanced. So people who are belonging to a certain city, if they keep on migrating to cities that have better opportunities, what's going to happen is that we will lose our tier 1 and tier 2 crowd of Nagpur to the bigger cities. And then the tier 3 and the tier 4 crowd, they're not going to do a lot of things for your city. The best change that can come if the best educated people, if the visionary people of Nagpur, they come back to the city, they understand, okay, this is what Mumbai is offering, and that's why Mumbai is a good city. Can I create that in Nagpur? This is what London has to offer. Can I create that in Nagpur? For example, America is dealing with unaffordable healthcare, meaning the healthcare costs are high in America. So, can you find something in Nagpur? Can you make healthcare affordable? Can you make fitness affordable? The opportunities are there. It's just how much you can harness it. I read a book, and in that book, the idea was very simply given to me. Code and media are the only two entities that can create asymmetrical returns. Meaning, the guy who wrote the code of Minecraft, he wrote the code alone. And after a decade of writing and developing Minecraft for alone, as a single person, he sold it to Microsoft for more than $2 billion. That is one person writing code on one laptop. So when you write code and when you make IT solutions that people want to use, that's how you can create value. The second is media. Media can be, you can write a book which 100,000 people can read. You can perform a dance which 1,000,000 people would want to watch. You can write poetries which 100,000 people will read and recite. You can make videos. For example, if I have just been the founder of a construction company, I would have been changing or trying to make a change in the lives of my staff of 50 people, which will be 100 by the next year. But 100 is very less if you want to make a change. But if I take my strategies, make a video, and I post it on social media, and 50,000 people watch it, maybe somebody will get an idea that, okay, this is a really good idea. This is a really simple idea which I can pursue and I can grow from. So this needs to be done. Meaning, the people who have already arrived at a certain stature of their career, they need to tell how did they do it so that other people can do it as well. A lot of media out there is supposed to distract you from the original goal. But can you not be focused? Can you not pick one simple problem? Can you not pick one simple solution? And can you not dedicate one simple life in trying to achieve it? It is my experience that all the people who have been on that journey, Narayan Murthy with Infosys, Ratan Tata with Tata Industries, and 3 generations before, everybody has done one simple thing, is that they've identified the gaps in the society. They've identified that this is where my city is lacking, this is where my country is lacking, this is where I need to add the maximum value. And they've dedicated their entire lives to solving one problem. So I think sometimes that what if the 500 MPs who are in the parliament pick just one national problem and dedicate all their 5 years to solving that problem? Will that problem not be solved? Then I ask to the common men of the city, to the common women of the city, to the common citizens of the city, when you walk in the city, when you live in the city, when you pay taxes in the city, what is the one thing that you think is missing and you can form an intellectual solution and try to solve it? If everybody in this room takes this one get home messages, that one idea, that is a very simple idea. If you can pursue that idea for 4, 5 and 6 years, do research, find opportunities and try to create value from that one idea, it can give you asymmetrical returns to your own career. In the process of this, understand this, people who are going to explain you entrepreneurship in very complex words, they are lying to you. Why? Because entrepreneurship is the identification of need of the masses and then giving them a product or a service that helps them. If you can find a product or if you can find a service that can help people in your society, in the broader year of your 40 years of career, you're gonna make money, you're gonna make value for the society, you're also gonna make a lot of change. This is something that people need to think on. The world has made it so much easier these days to get successful. I would want to end my speech and give you a thought. The shoes I am wearing today are of Michael Jordan, and he used to compete with people even in drinking water. Meaning, somebody drank water faster than Michael Jordan, he would hate it. That is what we need from the youth. that if somebody is getting ahead of you, you need to hate it. You need to be passionate. You need to be energetic. You need to make yourself so much better. You need to make yourself so much sculpted that people get inspired by you. You make that change. What is that one simple idea that you think can change your city? Tell me. And with that, I would like to end. Thank you so much. My name is Rohit Purohit. Thank you so much for having me.